Man, if anyone was sleeping on Calvin Kattar, I think that they have definitely awoke because what he just did against Giga Chikadze only a few months ago was honestly one of the most impressive wins of the year. Just dominant start to finish, and it was a contest that a lot of people were very high on Giga going into. People didn't even give Calvin Kattar a chance, and he really opened their eyes because he's world class. And if we look at his losses, I mean, this is a guy who's only lost to the best of the best. I mean, he lost that unanimous decision to Max Holloway. That was a fight where Max Holloway just dominated start to finish, but Cater's toughness really shone, and I think that was going to be. We're going to look back in a couple years and see that as a turning point for Calvin Kattar, and just a million lessons learned in that contest. And then his only ever losses before that were to Zabit, and then he lost that unanimous to Renato Moicano when Moicano was pretty much peaking at that time. But everyone else, Calvin Kattar has been able to go through wins over Dan Ige, Jeremy Stiffus, Ricardo Lamas, Touchy Feely, Shane Burgos. I mean, the list goes on and on. And if we look at Josh Emmett, his opponent in this one, this is a guy also on a nice win streak. He's won four straight. Most recently took out Ige. Very close competitive fight. And then he beat Shane Burgos before that. He was also able to finish Mirsad Bektik and Michael Johnson before those two wins as well. So good to see Josh Emmett get a main event opportunity against such a tough guy like Kattar. And he's going to be a decent, pretty much 2-1 underdog in this one against the Boston finisher. So are you rolling with Emmett to maybe somehow sleep Calvin Kattar with one of those heavy overhand meat bombs, or do you like Calvin to get this done? And if so, does Calvin get the finish?
Yeah, this is such a good fight. Man, I gotta lean the Boston finisher on this one. I think he's gonna be the bigger, stronger guy and more explosive. Even though Josh is a little explosive fireball, but I mean, Cater's a tank. He's the Terminator. He eats everything and gives back more. So this is gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out. But I just don't see stylistically how Josh, 37, coming off of surgeries, making his comeback. Is going to be able to hang with a young pup like Calvin Kattar when he's peaking right now. He's at 34, he's on his prime, and he's leveled up tremendously as we saw him absolutely dominate Giga, which no one thought Giga was ever going to lose. They thought he was the next champion, and the Boston finisher just put that to shame and said, not today or ever when I'm in the division. So this is going to be such a great firework fight. This card is honestly pretty low-key stacked, so pretty pumped to watch this one. And I got to go Calvin Kattar, and I think I can see this going the distance because I think Josh is a tough guy, so I don't really think either one's going to get a knockout. But if someone does get a knockout, it's going to be Kattar.
Yeah, great stuff. And, if this does go the distance, I mean, it's three straight that we've seen Calvin go the full 5 rounds. So we know there's no issue for Calvin as he extends fights in those later rounds. I mean, this is Calvin Kattar's main event guy only, right? This is fourth straight main event. So really shows you how the UFC is definitely behind this kid, giving him all sorts of opportunities. And I'm curious to see what Josh Emmett looks like across 5 rounds because we know him as, a compact, very powerful puncher. I mean, he can sleep you at any point of the fight. I mean, just ask Michael Johnson. I mean, Michael Johnson was probably winning that fight until about 45 seconds left in the fight. Josh Emmett sleeps him with an absolute meat bomb. So if he has that same power in the fourth and fifth round, I think is to be determined because last time we saw him in a 5 round fight was, I mean, it was all the way back in 2014, West Coast FC 12, where he got the technical decision over Brandon Rossetti, who is not a good fighter for sure. But nonetheless, it's been a while for Josh Emmett. Are you anticipating Cater to maybe get a finish in this one, maybe make a statement? Because if we look, 85% is rolling with Calvin, and about 32% of it is Brown. So any chance he gets the KO?
Yeah, I think Kattar has a good chance of getting this KO. This weekend, and I think it could be very early. But if Josh shows and he slips in and out and does the right things, I could see this being a long chess match. It'd be very interesting to see, or it could be an absolute slobber knocker and first man to bail loses. Basically, this I really don't know. Both these guys they're fireworks. They're both crazy, and this is gonna be one heck of an exciting fight.
Yeah, they're both crazy, right? And they're both going to be coming with, reckless abandon. They're going to have, they're going to be throwing caution to the wind, I feel like. And I hope this thing lasts 4, maybe 5 rounds. I'm anticipating Cater to get the W in this one. And I'm going to say by late finish. I think I don't know, the volume is just going to be too much for Josh Emmett over time because Cater just throws so many strikes. And they aren't just like little dinker jabs either. Like they're stiff, they're powerful, and it seems like they never stop. So I like that volume to accumulate against Josh Emmett, and I like Cater to get a fourth, maybe fifth round finish in this one because I think this is a guy who he needs to get a finish. I mean, he's picking up wins and doing so impressively, but he hasn't yet won a main event contest via finish, and I think that's if one was to be in the cards, it's this one against Josh Emmett because again, he's the younger fighter. He's going to have the speed advantage. He's going to have that reach advantage. And Emmett, if you can just kind of just get past those early moments where he's just that compact muscle shark who's trying to sleep you with something overhead, I think he will. And I like Hitter to get a finish. So, any last thoughts on this one, mate? This one, dude, this one's going to be hype.
Yeah, this is gonna be hype for sure. Give me one heck of a fight. Can't wait. Throw in the comments who you got, the Boston finisher or Josh Emmett.